What's up, Tailgaters? My name is Tailgate Nate. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, this video was late after the national championship game. Not gonna lie, I went to bed. I was gonna record this video, but it got really late over here. I had school the next day, so I went to bed, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and record this video until tonight. So I am very sorry that this video is late. This video is super late, and I will try to again update you guys on if a video is going to be late, but again, so sorry. But today I'm going to be reviewing the national championship game that took place Monday night. Coming into this one, I thought, hey, this one was going to be close. This one, you know, had the potential to be a good game. You see up there the tied roll. What we're going to do is we're going to go through and I'm going to show you some pregame news, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown of each quarter and then give you an overall review as well as show you the final playoff bracket. We're about to move into the offseason, but first we got to get this video done. Again, sorry it's late. You see right there in the title. Let's go ahead and take a look at this game. So pregame news and headlines, we knew that Ohio State was dealing with COVID stuff. So starting kicker Blake Cobiel with COVID-19, he posted something on Instagram, announced he was not going to be playing in that game. There were a couple of D linemen out as well, Tommy Togiai and Tyreek Smith. Huge parts of that defensive line for Ohio State were out, and the only question for Alabama was, is Jalen Waddle going to play? Turns out he did play in this game. As you come to find out, didn't get a whole lot of production, but he does play in the game. And the final line and odds, Bama ended up being favored by 9. The over and under was 75. So again, still expected to be a high-scoring game with the Bama winning this one by about 2 scores. Let's see how this game unfolded. So going ahead for the first quarter stats and big plays, we're going to go not necessarily side by side, but you see up there I have plays up in the top, and then I have stats from the quarter, and the stats are just going to accumulate. So it's going to be what they had after 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. This is what they had after 1 quarter of some major stats. So here we go. First play of the game, Trey Sermon finding out it's going to be around a neck injury. I don't think they've really announced what it was yet or what it has been yet. I know it's been a long time, but out on the first play of the game with a collarbone injury, they put Master Teague in, and I thought, okay, Ohio State's going to play a 2 running back system. And then it wasn't until 3rd or 4th down that I think it was Chris Fowler said, yeah, and Trey Sermon's going to the locker room. I was like, oh, no, this is going to be a long day for Ohio State. Ohio State can not do anything on their first offensive possession. And at 8 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first quarter, Najee Harris gets a 1-yard touchdown run. That makes the game 0-7 in favor of Alabama. So again, Bama strikes early. So 1 possession in, Buckeyes got nothing. Bama's got a touchdown. The Ohio State very next drive, Justin Fields took Jeremy Rucker, a great one-handed catch by Jeremy Rucker. It's a 36-yard pass. I believe it took him down to, I want to say like the Alabama 10 or 9. I realized I didn't put it on here. And then just about 30 seconds later, I believe it was the very next play, Master Teague gets in on an 8-yard touchdown run to tie up the game 7-7. Bama would drive their next drive. They had a 3rd and goal, but Justin Hilliard gets in the backfield, drops Najee Harris for a 3-yard loss. And that is the last play of the first quarter. You can see Bama was pretty much winning in every major category in this one. But yeah, on the scoreboard, it was still close, but Bama was threatening at the end of 1. Moving on to 2 here. First play of the second quarter, Mac Jones finds Devontae Smith on a 5-yard touchdown pass. That makes the game 7-14. Devontae Smith had a monster game, which we're going to come to find out here in a little bit. Ohio State can't do anything on their next offensive possession, so it's up to the defense to get a stop here. Well, Baron Browning has a strip sack and fumble recovery, and that sets up Ohio State greatly in Alabama field position. What does Master Teague do? Runs it in, 4-yard touchdown run, makes it 14-all. On Alabama's next drive, Mac Jones finds Najee Harris out of the backfield, 26-yard touchdown pass. Lots of missed tackles and just over pursuing by Ohio State in this game, especially in this quarter. This is where the game was lost, in my opinion. This is where the game was lost if you are an Ohio State fan, was in the second quarter. We'll come to find out why. Next Ohio State possession, Jordan Battle with a nasty hit on, I believe it was – I want to say it was on one of the tight ends. I can't remember if it's Farrell or Rucker. I'm pretty sure it was Farrell, but a nasty hit on Luke Farrell, and that's a 15-yard penalty. He was ejected for targeting. I agree with the call. He led with the helmet, classic helmet to helmet, leading with the crown of the helmet. He was gone and ejected. Ohio State later really didn't do anything on that drive, but Jake Seibert, who was given kicking duties in this game, 23-yard field goal to make it 17-21. So Ohio State had some fight in this game, but the defense couldn't keep up with Bama's offense. On Bama's next two possessions, Mac Jones to Devontae Smith for a 5-yard touchdown pass, and Mac Jones to Devontae Smith for a 42-yard touchdown pass. Your score at halftime was 17-35. And looking at the stats here, there's nothing that would tell you otherwise. Bama outgaining Ohio State by almost 200 yards, almost 250 yards passing, actually over 250 yards passing. 10 more first downs. They were better on third down. Bama was dominating this game, and Ohio State had to make some adjustments. Again, up to this point, Ohio State was playing very conservative, and they needed to come out and play more aggressive if they wanted to have a shot to win this game. But your score at halftime was 35-17. Well, the domination continued into the third quarter. Will Reichard hits a 20-yard field goal on a Bama drive that took forever. I want to say it was like 18 plays, took almost 7.5 minutes off the clock, and it only ended with a 20-yard field goal. A good defensive stance by Ohio State, so they were still in this game. Justin Fields had a big play the next drive, a 33-yard run to the Bama 20, which sets up Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson for a 20-yard touchdown pass, which made the score 24-38. Now, those of you that have seen the final score know that Ohio State wasn't really able to do much more. Mac Jones finds Bolden for a 5-yard touchdown pass. And then Master Teague on a 4th, and I believe I want to say 4th and 1, a 2-yard loss. Chris Barmore gets in the backfield. Chris Barmore is going to go in the first round. He is an absolutely amazing defensive end. Final score after the third quarter is 45-24. Ohio State still has a glimmer of hope, but it is fading quickly. Bama dominating in yards, dominating first downs, dominating on third downs. Bama was just all over the field in this game. In the fourth quarter, again, not a whole lot. In the fourth quarter, not a whole lot going on. Najee Harris 2-yard touchdown round to ice it early in the one. But the thing that I liked about watching Ohio State is they did not give up. They still fought. They still had fight in them during this game. Justin Fields did not give up hope. Now, while the game was out of reach, Justin Fields said, we're going to get into the end zone, and I don't care what the hell I have to do to get in here. 4th and goal, Justin Fields, incomplete pass to Julian Fleming, and that was going to do it for this game. Justin Fields sacked on a loss of 6 by Chris Barmore after a 3-and-out by Alabama on 4th down, and that ices the game for Alabama. Dickerson did actually end up taking a snap. I believe he took the final snap of the game. They put in Bryce Young at quarterback. I forgot to mention that Devontae Smith went out at halftime, and when you look at his stats here in a second, you'll know why that is significant. But Bama, when you look, dominates in every single major category: yards, rushing yards, passing yards, first downs, third downs. Penalties didn't kill either team in this game. This was just a very clean performance by Bama, and this was just Ohio State not being ready to play this game. So when you look at the final stats here, Justin Fields could have played a better game, but this Alabama defense came to play. And I mentioned Devontae Smith. When you look at Devontae Smith's stats, 12 catches, 215 yards, and 3 touchdowns, all in the first half. Devontae Smith, you are absolutely insane. What the screen doesn't show is that those 12 catches and 3 touchdowns break a national championship game record for receptions and touchdowns. And he had it in the first half. Mac Jones also ties a national championship game record with Joe Burrow for the most touchdowns in a national championship game. I also believe he set a yards mark, if I remember that correctly. 464 yards is the most ever thrown in the national championship game. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's that or it's close. Ohio State, again, losing Trey Sermon didn't help their cause at all. They played a decent game, but their game plan was too conservative. If you've watched my Ohio State fan reaction, you know, like I've said, they tried to play a linebacker on Devontae Smith. That was kind of the risky move they make. And of course, looking at his stats, it didn't really work out. At halftime, you could pretty much go to bed and say, yep, Alabama's going to win this game. Again, I stayed through and I watched the entire thing because that's part of my contract creating a YouTube channel for you guys. Really, I thought this game was remarkably well played by Alabama. This was a domination. This was an embarrassment. And if you're an Ohio State fan like myself watching this video, you kind of have to feel like there wasn't much more you could have done. I mean, Bama came into this game with the heart and the fire, and Ohio State didn't. Ohio State let all that heart and that fire out in the Clemson game, and they didn't really carry over much passion here into this one. Bama was the better team Monday night. Bama was the better team all season. If you're an Ohio State fan, I can confidently say as a college football analyst, you were better than every team this season except for Alabama. That was shown on the field on Monday night. Here is your final playoff bracket. Of course, Alabama getting through Notre Dame, Ohio State getting through Clemson, and Bama getting through Ohio State. And if you remember, this is exactly what I predicted would happen. So got to pat myself on the back there. But Alabama dominantly wins the national championship game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I am very sorry that this video was late along with my Ohio State fan reaction. Just haven't had time to sit down and record it, and now I do, so now bringing it to you guys. Off-season plans are going to come. I'm going to put together a quick little presentation for you guys on off-season plans. I am going to take a couple weeks off, maybe a month off. I might not wait to post anything until like March or so, but maybe not. So I am going to take some time off just because I want to get my mind off football for a little bit, focus on the NFL playoffs, the NHL starting back. I'm excited for that. So I am going to take a couple weeks off just so you guys know, but I will be back with college football content. And trust me, when you see my off-season plans coming up later this weekend, you're going to want to stick around. It's going to be a fun off-season. Thank you guys so much for watching again. I am absolutely so sorry that this video was so late. Hey, but if you enjoyed anyway, leave a like, subscribe, comment, turn on notification bell, share, do all that good, wonderful stuff. You guys know the drill by now. I will see you guys sometime this weekend with my off-season plans. And then time for me to take a little break. Goodbye.